Hey everybody, I'm Doug Ridley. I'm the Director of Marketing here at the Element Group, and we've got some really exciting things to share with you guys about what we're rolling out in 2026, especially around promotional marketing materials. Gotten a chance to talk with some of our clients over the past 6 months, and now kind of pivoting to better support you and to better support our clients with some of the things they're doing with promotional and marketing. Element's goal is always to sort of help community banks and credit unions really be more efficient and effective against big national competitors, especially when it comes to promotional. They have a lot of purchasing power, smaller institutions don't. And we're finding that we can actually level that playing field quite a bit with some of the things that we're about to offer. This session will probably take around 20 to 30 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your day. I know we're all busy. And the platform that we're using doesn't have a Q&A section. So if you would like to answer or have a question answered, you can email me directly at doug@everybitmatters.com. That's doug@everybitmatters.com. And I'll include those answers in the recording as we send it out. And as always, recording this webinar will be sent out. So if you do need to leave a little bit early, don't worry about it. You'll get it. Over the past 6 months, like I mentioned, I've been here at Element, really been able to sit down with marketing professionals and leaders such as yourselves across our clients and across the nation. And there are some things that come out of those calls, some honest tensions around quality versus cost, or risk versus, risk versus is this promotional product going to work versus what's the ROI on this thing? Is it going to be worth buying hundreds of these things or maybe just a few really expensive items? Are they going to pay off? And today I'm here to kind of help walk you through how we're solving those issues. There are going to be times during the webinar where you're going to see these quotes come up, and these are taken directly from our calls with clients. We want you to know what other people, what other marketing folks and professionals out there are hearing and saying, because it's a lot of the similar things. One of the ones that really stuck out here was around perceived value. And what we've kind of made up here is this triangle. So every promotional decision, if you think about it, lives in this triangle of cost, quality, and quantity. And you can optimize two of them, but you can't have all three, right? You could have something that's high quality, lower cost, or quantity, lower quantity, higher cost. But you can't have all three of these things. But in the middle of that triangle is this magic sweet spot of high perceived value. So if you're going to hand somebody something, like a pencil case, for example, you want them to think, wow, this is high quality and it must have a lot of value to it. Our job here is to help you decide which two matter most for the campaigns so that you can help meet intention and purpose. Because when we look at purpose, there are probably about 6 different buckets that we're seeing institutions put their promotional dollars and needs into. Mass giveaways, account acquisition campaigns, employee apparel. And the interesting thing is for me is that I assumed that the marketing departments would hold nearly all of these responsibilities. And now we're finding, especially with larger institutions, that there are HR teams or the commercial department or other departments in general that are coming in and asking for these sort of ideas, promotional ideas, again, but all tied to marketing, where it's like you want the ROI piece to it. I think a couple that are worth mentioning here are the first one, mass giveaways. These things aren't going away. These are mints. These are chapsticks. These are things like, oh, here's a sticker that I have. Those aren't going away. And we're finding this target range between around $2 to even up to $10 with some of the more premium, potentially co-sponsored activities like a sports team. But the thing here when we think about mass giveaways is that engagement will be low with employees. Think of a community fair. You're at you have a table, you're doing maybe a giveaway on a digital screen or a spinner, but there are going to be hundreds of people coming up and just taking things off your table without necessarily your team having a chance to engage them, to have a conversation with them. So you still want things that are going to be well branded, but again, at a lower price level, because you're going to hand out hundreds of them and may only have, a few dozen really quality conversations. The other one, I think, is the business client gifts, where these are going to be a smaller number of higher end gifts that you can arm your team with, especially your business team with, if they're going out. They're making house calls pretty much. They're going out and visiting businesses. They're on the road. They wanted a reason to drop by and say, "Hey, I wanted to introduce myself." What we've seen here is that a lot of really nice kind of either boxes of gifts or premium lunchware. Actually, we've just talked to a client about, where then is filled with something that can be shared, candy, cookies, etc. So, why are we here? I think a lot of times when we heard here was that folks are stressed in a way of, hey, we all have a lot of different things going on. We need to be more efficient. Sometimes timelines are really, really tight because another team is coming to the marketing team and saying, hey, I need this thing, and the event is in 2 to 3 weeks. And those sort of things really put a time crunch around wanting to get something that's really high quality that will work, and also put some creativity around that campaign. Instead of just saying, yes, I can get you whatever it might be. I can get you a glass, for example. Let me just order 100 of them. You're really thinking about the intention and the purpose behind it. Ordering can be a time-consuming process, especially with apparel. Again, needing to get those samples, making sure that you get the right fits, the stitching's right, the logo placements, etc. So after all of those conversations, we realized as a team, we came back together and said we could do a much better job supporting our clients. And so in 2026, we're rolling out 5 new programs to all of our clients. The first one is partner pricing, and we're going to go through all these individually. Partner pricing, custom client portals, redemption stores, brand on demand apparel stores, and then our sample box program, which I believe quite a few of you are already in. I mentioned this at the start. Big institutions, big companies, they have a lot of purchasing power. They're ordering 200, 2,000 of something, and they have bigger budgets already. We all know when we look at promotional products, there are these breakpoints for pricing. There's the minimum. You see 50 here for this ceramic mug, and then there's break of 100, 150, 200, and you get price breaks there. When we, as the Element Group, look at our clients that are smaller institutions potentially, like, why can't we offer the $200 price at the $50 quantity? Like, why not? And so what we did is we've gone back out to our suppliers and looked for suppliers specifically that will offer what we're calling partner pricing. In the industry, it's called end quantity pricing. We can offer that partner pricing to y'all. And so that means that when you look, especially in the portals that we're going to look at, we are going to default to manufacturers and suppliers that we can offer partner pricing to. That means that if you order the minimum quantity, you're going to receive the bulk pricing savings, which you see here on the screen. You order 50 of them, instead of paying $9.29, you're going to pay $7.28. That's about $100 worth of savings right there that you can then either order more of, or you can put that $100 into something else within your budget. And over time, clients are seeing some pretty significant savings here. This is an example straight from our portal. So we have these pint soda glasses. I got one here, and you can see here that there are two price quantity points. 72 is the minimum. 144 is another break point. And again, when you look at those two, if you order the minimum, you're going to get our pricing or the end quantity pricing, the partner pricing, which is $4.13. That's nearly $150 in savings. Dollars you can use elsewhere, again, dollars you can buy more of, etc. Custom client portals. So this one is big because we've realized that we've not necessarily leveraged this solution as best as we can. When we started talking to folks, things like I need to reorder easily. I need to know the status of my order. Is it shipped? Is it being fulfilled? Can I track my order? What's my shipping label number? What did I order last year? We ordered 500 pens. What type were they? What brand were they? Can I just do a one-click order again? Products are popular. Hey, I think that I like mints and stickers, but is there anything else out there that is really popular? Do you have any ideas? And you want to receive samples quickly. So what these custom portals are allowing our teams to do is, one, kind of curate different shops for clients. So here is the kind of essential stores that are the three blocks below are for notepads, notebooks, pens. One's for bags, one's for drinkware. And we've actually just created one for pets as well, because that was a common trend in some of our conversations. So it allows us to first say, here are a bunch of ideas. Pets, there are things like bandanas, dog bowls, toys, doggy poop bags, etc. Here are some examples. We're going to default to partner pricing here, so you get a sense of like, okay, this is sort of the minimum that I would need to order and sort of the savings that I would see. And then you can share that with your team. Hey guys, here are a bunch of ideas that we came up with the Element Group. Would we like to do anything different? Would we like to see anything different here? And these are just examples. There are literally 10,000 other types of dog bandanas or customizable bowls that are in the back end. So if you're seeing something and saying, that's great, but I want something fully custom, I want more than just my logo on it, we can do it. This pencil case I shared before is a great example. Fully custom, Dirigo's logos all over it, their colors, versus what we could have done, again, which is just something with just their logo on it. So when you see the custom client portals, know that this is just to get the conversation started, and that there's much more opportunity behind the scenes when you're ready to get a sample, etc. Again, when you click into the client portals, so this tennis dog tennis balls here as a toy, you're going to see the minimum quantity that you need to order, 150, and then all the way to the right, you see that you get a break at 2,500. Well, if you order the minimum through us, you're going to get that break. $70 in savings. Again, all of us could use a little bit more money in our budgets or be able to buy just a few more of those tennis balls. The third thing are redemption stores. So think about redemption stores as, everybody has an annual meeting. And I'm sure that we've all been stuck as marketers where somebody comes in and says, hey, at the annual meeting, we want to hand out t-shirts or hats or whatever it might be. Can you get everyone's order, or can you order all of these things? And then we have to manage a spreadsheet. Nobody likes managing spreadsheets. I found out I don't like managing them. And so what we do is we take sort of very similar to this store, and we will curate it for you, or with you, I guess, and be able to pass it to you and say, send this out to your 100, 200, 500 employees, whatever it might be. Have them place their order in terms of they get to see the sizing. Is it men's? Is it women's? Is there a polo option? Is there a long sleeve option? Whatever it might be. Let them pick, let them place the order. And then on the back end, we then can automate the collection of that data, send it back to you and say, Steve, guess what? 100% of your team just put in their orders, and you're going to need to order 500 women's or 50 women's smalls, 30 men's larges, a few triple X's, etc. And then you get to order exactly what you need. You don't have supply that's sitting in a closet that I know we all have. I have one in my office here, of just t-shirts, of shirts, of hats that are never going to get worn, and we just are sitting on them. This is also an opportunity for you to receive bulk pricing instead of just the one-off pricing. And again, these people are using this for really large events, like all staff events, things like years of service, where, hey, I just need to be able to provide one-off options for folks that are doing a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the line. And I want to be able to let them choose exactly what they want because I don't want to sit on inventory. Brand on demand. This is the biggest thing that we're rolling out in 2026. And I think it's going to change a lot of our lives in terms of providing a lot more efficiency and letting us not be distributors of apparel and letting somebody else handle that. We've heard more times than not that we have like an LL Bean or an Eddie Bauer store, and we want to offer more options. We also don't want to waste money buying stuff that either goes out of style, maybe the logo changes, where we don't use that branding anymore. And again, we're stuck with boxes of polos that nobody wants to wear anymore. And so, what we've done is we've partnered with companies and manufacturers and decorators across the country to bring that to y'all. And that means that clients can get a fully custom to them e-commerce solution that their team and only their team can go into to order product, get it shipped directly to their house, to their office, and know exactly this is what I'm getting, this is the brand I'm getting, this is my sizing, etc. Again, so you don't have any waste. All of this can be done in 7 to 10 business days. You see again, like they have distribution across the country that we're partners with. And when we work with clients, especially the marketing departments or the communications branding departments, it's really important for us and them to get things like, I want a blue shirt, I want a gray shirt, and on a white shirt. Do not put my logo on a bright pink shirt. There are a few brands that can do it. Element's not one of them, right? Like I want to offer these brands, I want to offer these styles, I want to offer these colors, and I might want to offer just like the bug logo or my full logo, and in these colors as well. Put it in white, put it in dark blue, for example. The thing that makes this really attractive to our clients is that they get a full e-commerce store, but there's no upfront costs to build or to fund. And when we were looking at like what's our differentiator, what can Element bring to the table when it comes to these apparel stores, and that's it. You can hire an agency to build an e-commerce platform store for you, and it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars. You can buy into some of these direct to garment apparel stores where you got to put up $5,000 to fund the store before anyone can purchase it. Because we're doing this with our clients, we are going to first stand up this store with you for free. And then we're also going to fund the store and invoice you on the back end. I think the worst thing that we heard when we were researching these stores was clients who had to either purchase coupons or purchase a certain number of dollars, and then it just sat in that store and may never get used, and those dollars are gone, never getting refunded. So on the other side, which is how we're going to work with Element stores, is you only get invoiced for the things that are purchased for that month. Somebody orders, you get 5 people who order 5 shirts. We're going to just charge you for those 5 shirts at the end of the month. You get 50 orders, we'll charge you for those orders. You'll get a detailed breakdown of everything that was ordered so we can track trends. Maybe something's really popular, maybe something's not very popular, etc. And you'll get to know, who ordered what, etc. The other thing and how we fund these stores is that we'll give you guys, or give our clients coupons so that we'll get emailed out in these, traditional coupon code strings, that gives everyone, for example, $100 to spend in the store. So that way the employees do not have to front any money. They might get a stipend of $100 to go in, buy some polos. That number might increase if you're looking at executives who need to buy fancier button downs or other jackets. But in general, a coupon code that will cover the initial costs, and then if anything goes over, then they can purchase it on there. And the last thing here is our sample box program. This has been huge. Everyone, I think, on this call is pretty much part of it. It's a quarterly gift box of swag, of things, ideas that we've seen clients come in through, things that we know are popular, like Getty mugs, and be able to share them with you. This past quarter, these little zipper pulls were really, really popular. People were just like, yeah, I want 100 of those, with my logo. Of course I do. I can hand them out everywhere. And so it allows us to share those ideas, kind of create some opportunity for us to collaborate on, like, oh, I would want more of this, more of that. Can I get samples of this? And it's getting us great feedback that then we share back to y'all through webinars like this and through a quarterly report that we'll publish actually very soon. One of one of our clients said, no matter how small a promotional product is, it does need to give my team an opportunity to start a conversation. Like, we want your staff to be able to gift something, to give something out, that truly enhances that experience, and trying to build loyalty over time. So, what's in? From a mass marketing standpoint, things aren't going away. Those things aren't going away. We're all going to buy lip balm. We're all going to buy mints, and keychains and sunglasses and grocery store bags. Uh, Pets was one of those things that people are asking more of. Scrunchies was something that was kind of trending in the past sample box. People asked for zipper pulls. Again, these little zipper pulls, flashlights. They're not going away. From an apparel standpoint, we're going to touch on it in a little bit. Premium brands are in. uh, Huge orders of hoodies, actually, really large orders of hoodies, and not just your cheap stuff. Our team is sort of helping people get samples of hoodies uh, that are trendy, I guess, lack of a better term to say, with specific audiences that they know will be worn out. And they're also doing different designs on them as well, not just throwing the logo across. Things with managers, small team meetings, that came up quite a bit actually. People saying, hey, I got 12 people coming in, I got 20 people coming in for an annual meeting. I'd love to do something. I'd love to do really nice note planners. I'd love to do a Yeti mug and a Walla, whatever that might be. Do you guys have ideas? And again, that we do have the opportunity to do small batch things. So that's been a big conversation starter. And then board members, you know, really higher end things, leather duffel bags. I was just actually down in Long Island talking to a client where, you can customize the inside, you can customize the colors on it, along with the leather. And that was a big thing that we're going to kind of price out for them too. And Nate wanted me to mention about the quick note on premium brands. I think we've seen it with apparel, things like North Face, Helly Hansen, etc. We're seeing more and more premium brands jump into this space more than ever. Drinkware, easy. Stanley, Yeti, Owala, they're all over the place. But I think you're going to see more and more even technology brands, et cetera, jump into that space because they want to tie themselves. A, their logos on it. B, they want to tie themselves to campaigns and companies that are also going after those maybe more premium customers, premium clients, premium members. The last thing I'll end with here is sort of the conversation that we ask folks around helping them rethink. I've done a lot of this before. Help me rethink it. And these are just some of the examples that we've really heard. One being the traditional tote bag is one of them. Handed out a lot of bags, guys. I don't know what to do with bags anymore. I need to order them. I know it's something we hand out, but like, help me, please. So we're kind of coming up with more examples with that. You're going to potentially see one in the next sample box as well. Technology is pretty hard to get right, actually. We've talked about chargers with people before, different things to hook on iPhones. But it's tough. It's tough to get that right. And when you do, it's pretty popular, but then it falls out of trend and it's hard to reorder them because, gosh, technology moves so fast. Youth Month's coming up in April. So we're seeing a lot of Youth Month kid activities, toys, tchotchkes, etc. Again, we mentioned department meeting. Joint sponsorships, one here I hadn't really thought about, but then in the past sample box meetings, people have mentioned, hey, we do a sports team. I got a client who partners with a local brewery down the street, wants to do cups like this, help us rethink how we could hand those out, how we can brand them so they get used more, etc. Golf's never going away. And the last one here is this cash incentive piece. Uh, cash is appreciated. I'd love to get $200 to open up an account. But the thing that we believe is that it's forgotten. I'm going to love it and then I'm not going to remember it. But a high quality branded item like a mug, like a cooler, for example, a Yeti cooler, a car kit, whatever it might be that's fully branded, that's of same value and is going to be remembered because it's going to get used over and over and over again. I'm not saying that we should, as an industry, be completely switching over, but it's worth testing. It's worth A/B testing as marketers. I know we love to A/B test. It's worth testing there. And I think you're going to see more of that in 2026. So I really appreciate you taking the time this afternoon to listen to this webinar. If any of these programs would simplify your process, you'd like to learn more about, we're more than happy to walk you through them. Reach out to me directly. It's Doug@everybitmatters.com. We're going to follow up later this week with an email that has the recording, answers any questions that come through as well. And we'll be more than happy to tailor sort of a presentation directly to your institution and your needs. But again, thank you for your time. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.